episode of the Salt and Light show with MCYM Pimpri. We are your hosts Anjali
and Thompson,
and we are excited to kick off this brand new initiative. This podcast is all about sharing stories of faith, youth, and purpose. Just as Jesus called us to be the salt of the earth and light of the world. That's why we named it the Salt and Light Show. Because we believe that every story here can add salt of meaning and the light of faith to our lives. Each episode is meant to be relatable, and we hope it will add some salt and light to your day. So lean in and let these stories ring a chord with you.
our guest today is a person of many dimensions. He finds joy in strumming the guitar, and he is a big fan of old Bollywood classics. A hardcore Harry Potter maniac, but also cherishes his time in nature, which he calls as his stress buster. He enjoys exploring his creative side, whether it's acting on the stage or sketching on the paper. He is a master of languages, fluent in four and familiar with other four: Syriac, Hebrew, Greek, and Italian. And now he's also learning a new one.
And guess what? We'll reveal that in the last part of the episode. He has a twin brother who he laughs off as being his complete opposite, and his seminary life and brotherhood remain close to his heart. His experiences are varied, from school education to parish stewardship to youth director, catechism director, eparchy chancellor. He has done it all. His faith and service journey is beautifully summed up on his Instagram bio: to belong to him and to serve him. With gratitude and excitement, we welcome Jobin to the maiden episode of the Salt and Light Show, brought to you by MCYM Pimpri. Welcome, Acha.
Thank you so much for having me. It is indeed a time of joy and also an honor to be on this podcast. This is my first podcast, so even I am excited, a little nervous, but I am also excited. Looking forward to it.
You echo our sentiments, Acha. It is our first podcast as well. So we are looking forward to talking with you and unraveling some secrets from you.
Great.
So Acha, to start with, you've been into school education at Nasik and Khopoli. You have been a parish vicar at Varje. You're currently heading the mission at Amravati. You are the eparchal assistant director of MCYM, director of Father John Berkman's OIC Center. You're the secretary to the bishop. You're a person who has worn so many hats, and that in the short span of 3.5 years of your priesthood. Acha, how do you feel about this?
When you put it like this, it is really the grace of God. But to bring it into words, I think I would use two good words. That is, I feel blessed and humbled. Blessed because of the fact that you were saying that within 3.5 years I could do so many roles for this church, for the community that God has given entrusted to me, and at the same time humbled because so many things are not brought to a priest at such a young age. So I'm happy and humbled that God has chosen me for this. And when I look back, I realize that God has been there with me throughout my journey. At times when I knew that I won't be able to do my best, He has assisted me with His grace, those thoughts that I needed at that right time. And at the same time, I saw that when I was going offhand or going to an extreme, so to say, so many important posts could bring pride in you. So there were moments when I would have fallen afar, but God has brought me back. He had the God with Him, and I am grateful to Him. So I am humbled, and at the same time I feel blessed. But one word that I would like to use in this is service. All these posts, whatever you are talking, it is not sitting on a chair and instructing few others to do. It is one's service to others. So as a chancellor, your service is much greater. When you are into an education, you have another line of service. So service is one thing that I fell in love with in my priesthood life. So yeah, blessed, being humble, and at that same time, I look forward to serve more.
Sure.
Acha, if I had to ask you to choose one of all of these roles, Acha, would it be difficult for you to choose any one? And if yes, which one it would be?
So there is no doubt in me. The first and the foremost thing that I would like to always wear as a hat would be that of a missionary. Why? Because you give me everything up on one side and you ask me to be a mission to a small village. I would always like to choose the village over all these posts. Because I recall when I was the missionary in Varje, we had a mission in the evening. Then I was there as a mission, now I am taking care of Amravati. And I was there as a brother in Dengani Kotai when the mission started there, Andhra Pradesh, when it was in his child cradle period. And so I was a part of all these mission activities. And when I recall certain incidents, especially in my Varje, which is very recent, in the evening times on Sundays, after a very hectic day, when you were tired, still you always had that willingness to render your service in the evening. And when you have that preaching of the word of God, or when you expose the sacrament during the time of adoration, you can see the light, you can see the thirst in the eyes of these people who used to look out for Jesus. They could just want a small glance of Jesus. They wanted to hear, their fires used to be enkindled when you used to preach. They used to take something. So you can make it out of their faces, you can make it out of their gestures. Afterwards, when they come and approach you and they tell you their testimony, that brings a lot of difference. It brings a lot of joy to your heart. So that is one hat that I would never like to put off. Another recent feather that I would like to always add to this missionary hat is the youth ministry. Like, it's only a year that I have been given it, but I have fell in love with youth ministry. Why? Because it is not that I have given a lot to the youth in Pune or to the eparchy or to the people I met, but I have learned a lot from this youth. Be it Saint Carlo Acutis, who himself is a youth, be it the youth of our eparchy, the youths of the entire Catholic Church with whom I had the exposure with. They have taught me a lot how to live a good life even in the midst of technology and the fast growing world. So missionary life and the youth ministry I would always like to keep close to my heart.
Acha, I think the learning is both ways. You learn from us and we learn from you. And let's just keep this streak going on. Talking of that, Thompson, you might have interacted with Acha before when he was a young Jobin Bhaiya. Tell us.
Absolutely, yeah. So when he mentioned about the feather that he recently added on his hat about the youth ministry, it just took me back to those days when I used to call you like a Jobin Bhaiya, and now you're like Jobin Achin. A huge difference from that. So I've seen you back in those days when you were an active member of the catechism and also in MCYM, the initial days. So Acha, how would you like to describe that your family and your parish, especially the catechism and the MCYM, played a vital role in your discernment of your role into priesthood?
A very good question. First of all, we are contemporaries. You calling me Bhaiya makes me feel 30 plus. But yeah, I get it. Let me start with family. I've been blessed with a beautiful family. My papa, my mama, and we have 3 brothers. You all know them, married Justin, and me. Both are settled now. So 3.5 years into priesthood, 10 years of seminary. When I look back to my family time, the initial days, my childhood, I think that was a pre-taste of the seminary life. How? So in a seminary you have a rector, you have a procurator, you have a beadle. That was there in my family also.
So can you tell us what these terms all mean? Because this is all French and Greek to us.
So rector is like the principal of the school. So rector will be the main in charge of the entire seminary. He is the principal, right?
Okay. So
And
that is
then-
your papa.
Yeah, that will be my papa.
Okay.
The rector of the family was papa, and then there was mummy, the procurator. The procurator is the one who looks after the daily needs, the food, the going in and coming, and everything that sort of. So my mummy would be the perfect procurator that I've ever seen in my life, and my elder brother Merin would be the beadle. Now the beadle is like the head boy of the school.
Ah.
Exactly. But he also is a seminary, just like head boy is also a student. And then me and Justin will be the seminary. So why I say this is, we had a timetable, not a written one, but a practiced one. We used to get up in the morning, we had our prayers, then we breakfast, then the school, then coming back, having a good time to play, then going back to tuitions or working hard at home, doing our homeworks, which normally I should not do. I was a little mischievous kid, but at the same time, the evening prayers, and then sitting together and eating, and then the night prayer and going back to sleep. Evening prayers I recall a lot. We had our Sandhya Prarthana, the evening prayer, and we had Bible reading. We had spontaneous prayer by anyone, and then we had my mom who was a good singer, and she used to make a small hymn. So I won't say that I was diligent in every evening prayer. There has been time when the electricity was not there, and I made use of it and I dozed off.
You might have felt sleepy.
Yes, obviously, many a times. But there were days when I recall that some of the Bible verse used to relate to me of the entire day, or there were some struggles in my mind that is going on, and one of the passages that my elder brother would have read had the answer to my questions. The hymns that my mother sang used to make me have a devout feeling towards God.
They used to talk to you.
Exactly. There used to be a one-to-one relationship with God. So, and one thing that I would explicitly recall is the spiritual talks that my papa used to give. So in seminary days, we had something called as a monthly recollection. One day in a month would be explicitly for your confession, your retreat, your thinking back of the old month, the previous month. My papa used to give an offhand spiritual talk about humility, about forgiveness, about your docility to the parish priest, your love towards church, towards your parish, and then that used to have a God in my heart, which I think is a stepping stone for me for my love towards the church and towards the people of God. So family has played an immense role. It had the conducive environment for me to think about priesthood. But it is not so always. By my 9th and 10th, I had my doubts and all. I used to vary a lot.
Just kicked in.
So I had my own thoughts of going into another life also.
Yeah.
Here is where your parish comes into the picture. My parish has helped me to form a personality of myself. My catechism has given me immense opportunities. Today's schools, you have opportunities to learn, to cultivate your talent. Back in my school days, it was not so. Once a while, if you get an opportunity, you are a lucky person. But catechism, there were numerous opportunities. I remember Thompson would have recollect Kalolsava.
Absolutely.
How used to be prepared for our liturgical prayer. So today, if I can sing the Prabhata Prarthana,
It's because of that.
very fluently,
Yeah.
even being a Manglish boy, though I can pronounce each and every word of that hymns in the Prabhupada, it was because of the competitions of the Kalosam.
For the matter of fact, I still do not know how to read Malayalam. I'm still a Manglish guy. He learned it, right?
Yeah,
You
I
have
learned it in my seminary days.
Perhaps I'm yet to learn the Malayalam. Sorry.
But we can, recite the entire Prabhupada Prarthana without looking at it.
Yeah,
Just
sure.
because of this catechism.
Correct.
So, like I was telling you, when I'd been having my doubts about priesthood, whether to join in or not, I'm very fond of the Catechism 10th standard textbook, particularly. All the textbooks are great.
What is it with the 10th standard textbook?
So that was a time when I had a good Devasya Archer, who was my brother, who is now in Bangalore doing his studies. He was teaching me 10th standard. So if you check the chapters of the 10th standard, it is all relevant to a person who is in his teenage life, who can, at a stage, you can either fall into prey to all the worldly things or can remain on the line of faith. It's chapters on Jesus Christ, it's chapters on Mother Mary, Holy Bible. Then we have the entire Kurbana divided into 4 parts, which is the best thing that I've ever had. Though I have had my theological formations in the Holy Kurbana and all, I have 3 credit course in Kurbana. But that basic thing that I have learned from the 10th standard textbook and which I have experienced there in the Kurbana is what I guess has helped me together to stay on the path of faith and not going afar. So catechism indeed has played a very vital role. Coming to my youth days, I have cherished my youth days a lot. One of the things that I not regret but I feel sorry is because I had to go after 12th to seminary, I could not have a long youth time. But 11th and 12th I had a wonderful time.
So you miss MCYM?
I still miss MCYM, but happy to know that I can render service to MCYM in another way. So I guess God is gifting me back what I maybe once have lost. But one thing that has helped me in my vocation in MCYM was MIPG, which has certainly helped me at a time when if MIPG would not have been there, I would not have been the person today. So it has helped me in prayer, it has helped me in a community, and I have some wonderful achachans and chechis in Pune. Be it Saju Bhaiya, be it Anu Chechi, Anju Chechi, Jubi Chechi from Kalewadi Parish, and Jobi Chechi from Khadki. There was Jim Bhaiya. There was some wonderful Jidincharian of our parish, Anu Achachan, my own elder brother, Raji Chechi. There are many people out here in Pune who have led an exemplary life, according to me at least, who have given me a good care, a love, affection that has helped me in my journey to priesthood. At times when I was a seminarian, a simple call to one of these assistants and judges may not be I will be sharing my problem with them, but their whereabouts, their talk with me, their assurance of their prayers gives me an answer to go ahead. So MCYM, catechism, parish and family. Really important to discern your vocation.
So 4 important pillars of your life, and how beautifully you have summed it up, Acha. And thanks to God and to your family, to your parish, and to all those people whom Achan has mentioned. Shout out to you through this episode that you are here with us.
And you all could gift us such a beautiful Achan.
Acha, coming to your formation days, you were talking about your formation, and I must say that nobody forgets their college days. So would it be with your seminary days, I'm sure. So you might have been the quintessential seminarian. You are a talented actor, you play football, you rock the guitar, you sing at the need of the hour. I think that rhymes a bit. You speak Italian, and we know you are currently pursuing Deutsch. Did I pronounce that right?
Correct.
So you must have been the friend bencher, Acha. We're curious to know more about your seminary diaries, and also tell us about the bond that you share with your seminary brothers now and today. Tell us about it, Acha.
So, see, when you are a child, you always look at your youth and all, and you, as a child, you have always said, I want to grow. I want to go to that.
I want to be that bhaiya.
Be that bhaiya, or I want to be that chechi. So I want to grow, I don't want to become a child. And once you are a bhaiya or a chechi, we have all said, childhood was...
I want to be that kid.
Exactly. It is the same in seminary and priesthood. So when you are in the seminary, you always look forward for priesthood, which is a very wonderful thing, which is what we are looking forward. But once you become a priest, just as you said, you start missing your seminary days. So you say, many of us say, I wish my seminary days would have been a bit longer. Now, during that time you will never say
it's
that.
It's already 10 to 13 years.
Yeah, exactly.
But you still want it to be longer.
The time is so wonderful. The time is so beautiful during the seminary days. I have thoroughly enjoyed my seminary days. Now, what is this seminary? Seminary time is nothing but formation.
Right.
If you see among all the professions that you have in the world and the period amount of years that you practice to become that, one of the lengthiest one is in priesthood. 10, 12 years or 14 years, 15 years of formation. Why? Because your entire life you have to remain a priest. There are sacrifices that you are going to make. There are things that you will have to give up in life. There are things that you are going to enjoy in life. For all that you have to form yourselves in a way.
Exactly.
So seminary days are nothing but formation. And your formator is not your rector, is not your animator, is not your professor, it is the Holy Spirit. Anything and everything in the seminary are only opportunities for you to form. So I remember days in my seminary life when a seminary day was held. There is a seminary day.
Just like we have the annual day. Actually.
Annual day, you have your parish day.
Parish.
So you all have your cultural activities. There are guests that are going to come from here and there. So your papas and mamas would be in cooking. Yeah? So I remember my days when I had to prepare. I was assisting another main seminary who is the head chef to make almost 1,000 parotas. So in the entire night we are making parotas, but even that is an opportunity for you to form yourself, right? So seminary days have great fond memories and have immense times when I can think and I can burst out laughing. So at times you might feel that father is a little crack or what, why is he laughing so much? But those are all seminary memories that you have here with your batchmates. Now, the bond that you were saying, it is a very special one. I would like to really emphasize that because we priests who have left their homes, who have left their parents, brothers, sisters, all ties to your family life, and then we have dedicated your life to the church and to Jesus. Jesus says to his disciples, if you leave your father and your mother, you will be gifted with fathers and mothers right in this world. I think that to the word has been true in our life. The bond that you have with your fellow seminaries, your contemporaries, the priests who were there as juniors, who were there as priests, are still a guiding force for you. I firmly believe that only a priest can understand a priest.
Correct.
However, laymen may grow in their faith, to understand a priest in the shoes of a priest, only a priest can. So, in our priestly life, when there are times when we could fall or when we could be at a little fragile state, it is these bonds that strengthen you. So, you ask any priest, they are always in touch with their batchmates.
Yes.
And there are at times batch gatherings that you go and you have a lovely time. In each batch gathering, you will be laughing about the same things, about the stories that have happened in the seminary days. But each time when you laugh, it is
more funnier than the previous time.
Exactly, exactly. So that bond every priest should guard and is guarding. So yeah, seminary days and this thing is a fond memory. Front bench, I was actually a front bencher.
See?
You got it correct. You got it correct. I was a front bencher because the subjects and the things that you're taught is very necessary. So if you're in your engineering, suppose mechanical engineering, forgive me if my knowledge is wrong. If you don't study properly the bearing of something you call the nut bearing, when you have to make something, you won't be able to make it. Right? Similarly, if you don't study Bible properly in your seminary days, what are you going to preach? So, with that thought, I used to be in the front bench. God, please don't make me lose anything, so that I can be well formed.
And Acha, I think that's how you secured the first rank in your bachelor's in theology.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. To bachelor's and philosophy, I was first. But to anyone who tells me this, what I tell them is, it is not because I was a good student and I got secured first. It is because my batchmates did not study that I did this first.
So thanks to your batchmates.
Yeah, I really thank them to this day.
Did you bribe them?
No, they're all very fun.
Okay, so there's something that is striking me a lot. Not only me, I guess my fellow MCYM members and all our viewers. Like, since you were someone who grew up in Pune, and back in those days, our Malankara community was spearheaded by the OIC or the Bethany province. Okay, and as far as I know, that you used to stay somewhere very close to the Bethany ashram as well, and you grew
literally grown up in the gardens of Bethany.
Sure.
Yeah. So I was wondering, not only me, many are wondering, what made you choose being a diocesan priest over being an OIC priest?
A very good question. So, as you said, the Bethany Ashram Rampadi was a second home to me. So, in my childhood times, especially in my 11th and 12th, if my father and mother is saying, where is Jobin? If he is not at home, if he is not in the parish, then he has to be in the Bethany Ashram.
It's like when my mother asks, where is Anjali? She'll be in her best friend's house.
Exactly.
Likewise.
Exactly. So Bethany Ashram and the brothers there, the fathers over there, the Andonius Pida who was then Father Anthony there, Barkwan Sachal. So all these were very dear and near people to me. And I would like to place my hand on my heart and say that it is Bethany Ashram that has helped me grow in my faith, who has given me a foundation to my faith. Because catechism, parish priest, all these have come from Bethany Ashram. One of the things that I have looked on, if you ask me why Father did you go to become a priest, because I have seen this priest running for the people. Now, Andonius Pida, then Father Anthony, used to celebrate Good Friday in 3 churches. If you remember?
I remember the story that he did the Good Friday services in 3 different churches the same day.
On the same day,
Oh.
and so he used to start with the Prabhata Prarthana at one church. He used to do the first service, then he used to go to the another church. So that time Pune was blessed with many Bethanian brothers, and they used to conduct the next Yama Prarthana. Then he used to do the first service in another church, come back and do the second service here, go to the. And I have seen him sitting after all the entire Good Friday. He used to, when I went with my father to Bedani Ashram, he was there on a chair, sweating, but he was happy. He was happy, and that was there on his face. Looking at priests like this, Valikoda Achal, Anthony Spira, Joel Achal, Joseph Achal, Satyan Achal, all Bethany priests I have with my parish priest, except Valikoda Achal, all have been running for the people. There is a person in need, your Achal will be there.
Right.
There's a person who needs a job, your Achal is there.
So
There's a-
Achal is literally your Achal. Like
Exactly.
the father of your house.
Exactly. So the reference person for all of us was our parish priest. That was my first inclination towards priesthood. That I want to do this when I become a priest. Gradually, I learned that the work, that the service that a Bethanian priest is doing at that time in Pune is actually the work of a diocesan priest. We did not have diocesan priests in numbers during those days, and we are grateful to the Bedani Ashram who has rendered their service at that time, their benevolent service at that time. So I realized that it is a duty of a diocesan priest that they are doing that, and that is how I decided to become a diocesan priest, because that is the work, that is the service, that is the mission that I would like to do in my life. Bedani Ashram is a congregation who are meditative, a contemplative, at the same time a missionary congregation, right? So I who wanted to become missionary at the same time render service to the people like this. This both would be included in a diocesan ministry, where parish ministry is also there. At the same time, a missionary line is also present. That is why I was convinced to head to the diocesan, keeping in mind the Bethanian lifestyle that I have to live in my life.
You're a Bethanian in your white cassock.
Exactly, you can say that. I would really like to live that charism that they have in the diocesan in this white cassock.
How wonderful! I mean, I really appreciate how wonderfully he concluded this controversial question into a very good, conclusive answer. I mean, thank you, Acha.
But Acha, you have put to rest some of the doubts that even I was curious of, and I'm sure a lot of people would be curious of. Because we see in Pune, in the Malangara community, we see very less priests in the white cassock. So
Correct.
you've put to rest our doubts. So thank you for that, Acha.
Thank you.